We're live.
Whoa.
Like 20 seconds when I hit it.
EnterTalk Radio, you're in to all things music.
Welcome to Sharpen the Axe. Explore the bleeding edge of guitar and bass gear. Discover a sound uniquely your own and cut through the noise. With your hosts, Eric Lucero and Paul Berezetsky.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Sharpen the Axe on EnterTalk Radio, powered by Pitbull Audio. I am Eric Lucero. This over here is Paul.
That's right. How's it going?
Co-host Paul. Good, how are you, man?
Pretty good, pretty good.
Co-host Paul Berezetsky, how was your week?
Busy, but good.
Yeah?
We're in our new digs here.
That's right, we should point out. We got still sort of under construction / organization new studio space for us to do our show out of, and it's pretty nice, actually. I like it.
I'm really looking forward to just leaving all this video gear here set up and not
Yeah.
have to tear down and set it up every time like we had to do before.
Exactly, yeah, our pretty much mobile setup that we had to reassemble every single time. But yeah, the EnterTalk studios have expanded in a few different ways. There's some cool stuff coming up, potentially a live room for some performances, that kind of thing. All kinds of good stuff.
Oh, it's not potential. The drum's already in there. It's a done deal.
Oh, well, immediate news right here, right now.
I could run in there right now and start banging on them.
We're going to do an impromptu guitar and drums jam. That'd be
Sure.
amazing. Can you play drums? I can't.
I can, a little bit.
Oh, really? Oh, well, there you go. You have an advantage. Let's see what we got in our arms right here today. We got all kinds of goodies from Supro. So for those who don't know, Supro is a now resurrected brand that was kind of started in the 30s. If you can
That
argue
far
that.
back?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. In the 30s through Valco was the guys who manufactured them. They also sold, I think they're the same guys who manufactured Oahu, which is other collectible vintage, and I think some of the same guys who manufactured the Sears and Silvertone stuff.
Did they start out with amplification first or guitar first?
Guitars initially, like part of the argument for them being from the 20s is that some of the roots lie in the National Resophonic Guitar Company of the, those big aluminum or whatever alloy that was, big resonators from back then.
I should know the history better, but when was Les Paul or Leo Fender is kind of credited with being the first?
Oh, the electric guitar?
Yeah.
Rickenbacker actually kind of
Rickenbacker.
takes that, which they're kind of also related to the story of Supro / Valco and National. I was been reading this over the past couple days, kind of here and there when I have time between jobs. But yeah, the frying pan was a lap steel that kind of had a circular body end, kind of looked like a
Right.
frying pan, but it was a lap steel that had one of the first pickups on there, which is those horseshoe pickups for that you still kind of see on some lap steel sort of stuff or in the some other Rickenbacker designs. But that is pretty much credited as the first electric guitar, electric amplified string instrument, I think.
Right. I knew it was a lap steel, but I didn't realize it had nothing to do with Fender or Les Paul.
Right? Yeah. Oddly enough, Rickenbacker gets to take that title.
Very cool.
And every now and then I see some on Reverb, some still working ones. It looks like a cool little piece of history you could own. But the Supros
Came along, you said, in the 30s?
Yeah, and they were kind of the budget brand for electrics, depending how you look at it, that from National Resophonic, and later they bought out Dobro too. But yeah, they created amplifiers, guitars, of course, that lap steels that were pretty popular, and I don't recall if they had any effects back in the day. One of those side companies that I mentioned may have made a fuzz or a tremolo here, but mostly it was the guitars and amps that became famous, especially the amps.
Right.
But I always enjoyed seeing a cool Supro come by or being played anytime I was out doing sound. Someone with a little bit of vintage taste.
I got to jam through one at this the jam we used to have. I think it's closed now. Freddy's Barbecue in San Diego, where they
I never
had
knew that place.
Really badass jams.
Oh, rad.
I hit up a few of them, like really like solid cats. They're showing up there, and like good like soul food place.
Nice.
And one night, this dude brought in this little Supro from must have been the 40s or the 50s.
Really?
It sounded amazing.
Oh, it was the amp, not a guitar.
The amp, yeah.
Oh yeah, they are awesome. Any of the old 1 or 2 10s or 1 or 2 12 combos, those things rip when you crank them.
Yeah.
I love them. Yeah.
It was beautiful.
And even there's still plenty of players out there that are hauling those around. I mean, those things, with the right upkeep, like any tube amp, are built to last.
Yeah.
And at least, a limited supply of vintage ones is in existence, of course. So it's kind of cool that they've resurrected them. And I know it was, I think in 2012 or 2013, the company that's now manufacturing these bought the Supro name from a guy that was pretty famous, I think, in the amp world already. I think he worked with Fender. I'm going to butcher the name. I want to say it was Dean Zinke or Zwinky, something like that. It's something along those lines, but he had the name. He was a known amp guy on his own, but now we get to have these, the Tremo-Verb, the 1622 RT here is just one example. The Thunderbolt, which I think is the 25 or 50 watt with a 115, was a favorite around the shop when they first came out. Or there is the Black Magic, which is a recreation sort of Jimmy Page's, which is another store favorite over at Pitbull Audio.
Yeah.
Where you guys can come in, try them out, see what you think.
Now, the original Pages that he used, is that from the 40s?
I don't know. It might be. I think I've read before that Jimmy Page's was a 1968, which actually is the last year that Supro existed.
I was going to ask. So between 68 and 2012, they weren't really around?
Yep.
Wow.
So altogether, minus that gap, that's 91 years of history. If you set it over at 1926 with the origins at National Resophonic, that's pretty neat. I mean, you got companies, of course, like Gibson that have been around longer, and Martin and Washburn also have roots in the 1800s. But still, for an electric instrument company, that's pretty rad.
Yeah, for sure.
But in front of us today, let's see what we got. In your arms there, they have the Island Series, which has, I think, 3 models in there. And this is the 2-pickup version. That's the Westbury. And one of my favorite features on that guy right there is it has sort of recreations of the gold foil pickups, which are one of my many gear obsessions. But they look
They're
cool.
very pretty. Yeah.
Right, yeah. They always are pretty eye-catching. But if I remember right, for the old gold foils, that it was sort of like a rubberized horseshoe-shaped magnet. They were almost microphonic single coils or something on leaning to one side or the other, but they have this 3D sound that's still sharp and snappy. And the recreations kind of strike me more as like they're a bit warmer, a little bit more compressed, like humbuckers, but. Yeah, open her up and let's see what you think of it.
Are these single coils or they are humbuckers?
They keep calling them recreation gold foils, but I'm actually not sure if they are humbucker or single coil. They sound like humbuckers to me a bit.
That's the bridge?
Yeah.
Neck?
What are you thinking of them?
I like the bridge a lot.
Yeah.
It's a little weird because I got the little earbuds.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
hearing through. I didn't really get to play around with it. Let me take this out for a second.
Let's see what you think.
So I could hear you. Pretty nice. I like the bridge, and and normally I gravitate to the neck right away on almost any guitar.
Yeah.
But on this, I actually like the bridge.
Yeah. Still got a little bit of throatiness to it and a little bit of snap. I do like them. Yeah. Let's see. Wait. Have you when you've come by the shop, you haven't played any of the Supros already, have you?
I have. In fact, I played this one a little bit, and I've played through them at other stores, not Pitbull, and this is where really I kind of got obsessed with them. Is nice. I think is there one Saturn something?
There is the Saturn, yeah.
That one I really dug. So I really like the way they're voiced, like the way the clean starts breaking up, and I love the reverbs and the tremolos built into them, which I believe this one has both.
Yes, and the amp we have that we're actually running into here, the model is the 1622 RT Tremo-Verb, and it's got a single in, volume, treble, bass, reverb, and then the tremolo controls are speed and depth. We haven't put up any reverb yet at all. It's just been dry, and everything is at noon. Let's check it out. Why don't you play me some lines, and I'll start rolling up the verb. A little over halfway here.
Some volume on there.
Oh, there we are.
Oh, I guess they're just kind of. Very wet.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and I have it not quite all the way here, but about here is halfway. Let's see what that sounds like. Whoa, there we are.
Bad cable or something?
We've run into several technical issues during setup, but
funky cable somewhere. Maybe you'd play. I think yours was behaving better.
Let's see what we got here.
There we go. Oh, it's cutting out too. Maybe it's our splitter thing.
Maybe. Sorry, bear with us while we experience a little bit of technical difficulties here, but there we go. It seems to be behaving now. Oh, wow, I spoke too soon. Let's turn the reverb off.
Ay, caramba.
Wow, of course, we all this time for setup. While the getting's good. For the little time that it manages to stay there, it sounds pretty good.
Keeps going in and out.
Yeah, this is getting a little frustrating. Let's turn the verb off. I thought it might be a problem with the Verb pop, but who knows? We'll try to push forward and see what happens.
All right.
So let's see what the trem. Okay, this is a new one on me. This signal fading in and out.
Can you try going just directly straight in, maybe? Let's see if that fixes this thing. We got kind of a mess of wires and splitter pedals and.
For a pair of musicians and sound techs, we're
barely competent.
Sounds good to me, though. Here.
Very classic sounding.
Right?
Trem.
It's actually the tremolo circuits in these is actually part of what made me really fall for these amps, especially that Black Magic I was talking about before. And now we only have two of the pedals with us today. We have the Boost and Fuzz with us. We were out of stock on the other two, but one of the other two is the Tremolo, which you can do a straight, regular tremolo wave shape, or you can do harmonic on it, which is one of my favorite effects. Like on the old Fender Brown Face amps, or I think on some of the Supros, it was a harmonic type of circuit. It might be in here, maybe not quite, but and the fuzz here is a lot better than I expected. Oh,
you're not running through it right now.
That's right. Yeah, I almost forgot. We our little issues here.
Fuzz our way through the problem.
Yeah, let's find out. Before I forget, I am playing on the Coronado II Vibrato, which has their humbuckers in it and this really neat tremolo system that is old school looking. Nice big plate on it, but...
Does this pop up for string changes?
Yes, yeah, I think it's... You undo this right here and it comes up. I could be wrong on that, but it's a wraparound... If you can check it out in there, it's like a wraparound sort of deal for letting go of the tension.
In a wooden bridge, it looks like.
Yeah, a wooden stop tail piece right there. Both the base it sits on and the top piece here itself.
Interesting. You don't see a lot of that on the electric solid bodies.
No, you don't. It's you used to see them on a whole bunch of like a couple Sears and Silvertone guitars. I think some of the old Supros had them too. Maybe most of them did, and I'm just misremembering. And the Dan Electros today still have them. But yeah, let's see if we can plug in real quick, and hopefully this will stay stable enough for us to try the fuzz.
Tangled up in blue.
Yeah, we need to get a cable sponsor to send us some carefully laid out, not too long, so we have to clutter them behind amps cable lengths. Oh, yeah. Oops. Let's try the boost. awesome. It's cutting in and out. I got one more idea. All right. This is how shit goes down on Sharpen the Axe. We just blow right through. Oops. As mistakes happen. Maybe it's still trying to run on battery.
This is what happens when your axe is a little too sharp.
Nothing at all, huh?
Nope.
Are we even still on air?
I think so.
I'd assume so.
I assume so. The lights are on.
Yeah, well.
Nobody's home, though.
Yeah, apparently. Well, isn't this a fun mess? Let's see.
Let's try bypassing this one first. See if it works with just the fuzz.
Go ahead.
Unleashed.
There we go. Yeah. So now that we're back in business, this Supro fuzz here has just 4 controls: volume, gain, bass, and treble. The bass and treble are at about noon, as is the gain. So let's go to the bottom of this. Over halfway down. Now let's show the sweep of bass and treble.
Pretty aggro pedal.
Right, yeah. It's a lot more gain, a lot more fuzziness than you'd expect from Supro, but they did pretty good on this. It's usable. It's really musical. Pretty nice sustain on it, right?
Yeah, good sustain.
Ain't bad at all.
Nice crunch. Gets the anger out.
Right, yeah. Let's see. Yeah, it's nice, it's loud, it's aggressive. It's got a unexpected amount of bass in there, which actually makes me wonder how this would sound as a bass fuzz. I'm actually very positive this would be great for basses and baritones. Wow, I really wanted to try what it would sound like with the boost in front of it, but it seems we're having a little bit of issues here. Let's You know, let's try it one more time just to try.
What is this?
Oh, there's expression jacks on both.
Nice.
I know with the boost, it controls the amount of the amount of boost, of course, and you can kind of turn with an expression pedal into an active volume pedal, which is kind of neat. And another neat feature of the boost here is that in the middle it's just flat, but you can tune it to boost highs or lows via the switch on the right-hand side, taking it from flat in the middle to bright up top or dark below.
And I think it's still misbehaving.
Yes, it is.
So,
yeah.
You think it's this cable or this cable?
Let's change that one out.
This is something exciting.
Also,
Exciting
this
video.
also is a proof in the pudding of getting cables that are the right length for the right job instead of a 20, 30-foot cable for a job for a 15-footer.
We had to kind of rig this up fairly.
Yeah.
quickly.
Let's see.
Come on, baby. Yes.
There we are. Go
Yes.
ahead. So this is it in flat middle when I boost it. I turned up a little bit of verb. So I'm going to turn it back up. This is clean. I'm going to try the bright boost now. So it added there. always there with the volume knob tricks. Always welcomed. I utilize them all the time.
If
to the
this
point of
didn't have a
abuse.
nice tremolo, that's
Oh.
what you'd be.
That's manual tremolo,
Yep,
so this is
pretty
just
much.
automatic now, and I turn up the depth. But that brightness adds a really awesome bit of chime, and pushing the right amp. I mean, if we were really able to... Oh, well, there comes commercial break. We'll be back in about a couple minutes.
Couple minutes here. This has been Sharpen the Axe on EnterTalk Radio Network. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Are you serious about your music? Are you ready to run with the big dogs? The experts at Pitbull Audio have the gear to get you into the game. From leading manufacturers like Mesa Boogie, Fender, Pioneer, and American Audio. To sound your best, you need the best. Pitbull Audio can deliver in rehearsal, on stage, and into the big time. Dropping beats, shredding guitar, or making the crowd roar. Whatever you dream, Pitbull Audio can help make it happen. We are Pitbull Audio. We want you to play it loud. PitbullAudio.com.
This is Jackie Bertoni from Jackie's Groove. Come join me weekly on my journey through the music business as I take you behind the velvet rope, interviewing industry notables such as Al Di Meola, Michael McDonald, and Al Jarreau, to name but a few. Listen to their stories on being in the studios recording #1 hits and onto the stages throughout the globe. Allow me to be your music historian. You can hear me live every Monday at 2 p.m. and every Wednesday at 12 noon Pacific Standard Time or 24/7 on jackiesgroove.com. Ready to get your groove on?
Hi, I'm Tim Dolbear, the host of Sound Experience on EnterTalk Radio. Each week, I talk with top professional audio engineers, producers, musicians, and the manufacturers that make the tools that we use in the studio each and every day. From capturing the perfect take to mastering your final release, and the tools and how the pros use them, we are going to dive deep into their process and learn from their experience. I look forward to you joining us each week on Sound Experience with me, your host, Tim Dolbear.
Hey, it's Tracy Smith
and Beth Venus
of Girls Talk Rock right here on the EnterTalk Radio Network.
Every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Pacific.
Okay, Beth, they know that, but we want you to know that the industry pro's choice is Silver Tiger Production.
SDP is a full-service production agency offering sound, lighting, installations, talent buying, staffing, backline equipment rental, and sales. Kapow!
It's everything in the entertainment performance industry. It's all that. SilverTigerProduction.com.
Welcome to Sharpen the Axe. Explore the bleeding edge of guitar and bass gear. Discover a sound uniquely your own and cut through the noise. With your hosts, Eric Lucero and Paul Berezetsky.
You're freaking me out, man.
I know. I need to stop messing around here so much. I have a show to do.
Try to act professional, for God's sakes.
What does that word mean?
Professional. I don't know. I sound important when I say it.
The first day that I ever had a paid stage hand job, one of the older crew members just turns to stage hand job. I should have seen that one coming. It completely went over me. I try to credit myself with a good sense of humor, but I miss all the good ones like that. Sheesh.
I just couldn't let that slide. The way this day is going.
Yeah, we did need a little humor for sure. But, where was I going with that? Yeah.
Your first stage hand job.
My first stage hand job. After all was said and done, this is just getting worse. One of the older crew members just turns and says, "Hey, you're a professional slacker now." Well, it's all that whole story was lost after stage hand job.
So this is your answer to what professional means.
Yes.
This is being professional.
This is more professional than anything I do in my day.
If a bum cable is not going to derail the show, you can be sure I will.
But yeah, it's I guess we should make a note of importance to our listeners out there of getting good quality cable. Get yourself a little cable tester, even a cheap one, to make sure that
good idea
it is passing.
You don't want a radio/video show to be your cable tester.
Yeah.
There's much more efficient ways to do this than ours.
On air here or on stage at your show or in the studio is not great places to run into cable issues. And it's I always run into why do I have to spend $50, $60 on a cable? Like when they look at Mogami or Klotz or stuff like that, and just, I'd rather spend $50, $60 once than keep buying $10 cables over and over and over again because of cheap conductor, cheap shielding, cheap soldering, whatever it may be.
Oh, the best is picking up radio stations on your guitar amp.
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah. Angle it. You might even be able to change a station. Go from
that's
91X
only
to
cool if you're
else.
playing Pink Floyd songs and you hear some radio bleeding in. That'll work.
And it happens to be in the beginning of "Wish You Were Here." Yeah, that I've never had anything lined up. That's as rare as lining up. Well, not as rare, but as tough as lining up the Dark Side of the Moon and
Wizard of Oz.
Yeah. Wow.
So anyway, your first stage-hand job.
Yeah, my first stagehand job. At the end of that, they told me I was a professional slacker. That's where that 5-minute story and tangent was ending at. And now we're here. Now I am a professional at a broadcasting. I don't know anymore. Let's go back to Supro. This stuff is fun.
Sure. I was going to say one of the first things that grabbed my attention when I was checking out this guitar at the Pitbull Audio Store in National City was the neck.
Yeah, I like Soar does this too sometimes too, where they have this sort of like satin finish instead. I mean, right here is gloss, and then it goes to sanded for feel.
It's gloss, but the gloss, if it's all the way down your neck, can get pretty sticky.
Yeah,
and your hands get sweaty and clammy. But this is really nice and high speed.
Yeah,
high speed finish, very low friction.
And it's on the Island Series at least, and at least this is the Americana Series 1, and it's got a gloss back, which is still nice. It's still a pretty good neck and old vintage feel. And a 0 fret on this one, too, which I always found pretty neat. But I'm not sure if on the rest of all the Americana series they have all glossed out necks, but I know on the Islands, at least, the ones that have come through the shop all have that satin finish.
And just pretty chunky neck in general.
Yeah, I mean, it feels a little less chunky than any original Supro neck I've ever picked up, but
back in the 30s, men were men. Now,
yeah, true.
A bunch of pansies.
So we need thin, fast-playing necks for our dainty hands.
Exactly.
But hey, these do the job, and they sound fantastic. If we could go back, I think when we left, we were checking out the flat versus bright versus dark boost.
Yeah, and it looks like that the boost switch is designed so you could kind of just kick it with your foot on a pedal board. It's big and chunky.
Right, yeah. It looks like a big industrial sort of switch, and you can if you want. I mean, actually, I wrestle with mini toggles all the time on my board. I don't want to bend down, so I just try to knock them. But this is a much more sturdy, industrial, like the old Chicago-built stuff.
So it's three-way.
Yes, bright up top, flat in the middle, and dark on the bottom.
Nice.
So if we go again, go with your clean, or without boost, I should say. I'll take off the tremolo. This is, turn down the verb too. That's clean again, and here's bright. There we go. Let's go down to the dark. Now, keep that riff going, that wonderful Rolling Stones.
It in the middle.
Right, yeah, it's boosting all of the above, but it is kind of nice that they do include that bright or dark in case, you need that utility of a treble booster.
Let me try the bright but on the neck pickup.
Sure. It is a nice sounding boost. Another thing is I just love these enclosures.
I was just gonna say they're so high. They're like I'm thinking of like a mattress, like a box spring in the mattress
on top of a frame. These things are pretty tall. It's kind of nice, I guess. You don't have to buy a pedal booster for your board if you don't need to. These are high enough, but it's a unique look. And they're still narrow enough that they are a little bit of space saving rather than being some bigger Hammond sort of chassis.
Space saving, and the inputs are on the back of it rather than the sides.
Yeah. I notice on a lot of the pedal forums, a lot of people are much preferred pedal jacks on top. Yeah. So at least they followed suit on that. Now, also before I forget, jumping back to this Coronado II, one thing the original Supros were famous for was, like Jack White made famous the Reso-Glass ones, which were, I think they were some sort of resin or some sort of plastic resiny material, and they have brought them back. That's what the Americana series is, except instead of the whole thing, both sides being this now it's acoustophonic or something like that, but the top is resin and the back is mahogany.
Is it screwed on top of wood?
Yeah, it's the top is the plastic part. The back is mahogany, and they just screwed the top in with these.
But coming in from the back. Okay.
Yep.
Huh. And it looks like a plastic binding around the
edge
of it.
Yeah, I like the plastic. It's even sort of like rubbery, like frictiony. sort of binding between the two of them. But I found I liked him because I played a number of those old Resophonic, or not Resophonic, Resoglass guitars, and I love the really weird sound that they produce. And this is a cool medium for the new ones here.
Nice. Now that we got it working properly, that thing sounds awesome.
Try that again. I just always love messing with that thing, but these things do provide a pretty cool sound. But here, how about you play through, and we'll see how. I'll leave the EQ at noon here, gain up a bit. We'll see how the boost here affects it, starting with the flat. That's pretty neat. I definitely dug putting in the bright into this, kind of making it pop out a bit. You ever do much gain stacking or anything like that?
Sure.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. And you got, what, 2 drives on your board, I think?
Yeah, 2 drives. Sometimes I'll... If I throw the amp distortion or drive channel in too, sometimes it's too much. But yeah, usually I'll keep one drive at a lower gain and one at a higher, and yeah, for sure.
Nice, right on. So wait, you play the Mesa Boogie most of the time, so you're getting most of your gain out of there. So
actually, no, because most of this time I play stuff that's not that heavy. It's more kind of classic funk and soul stuff. So I rely more on my pedals for overdrive.
Ah, okay.
So, sometimes I'll throw in there, but on the Mesa.
That is your main live amp, right?
Yeah, it is. I think really the main reason I stay away from it is if I do lower gain stuff, I play with the delay on almost all the time, but like kind of at a low setting.
Ah, okay. Like low blend. Yeah,
low blend. But then if I kick in the amp distortion on it, it just exacerbates the delay so much.
Yeah, it just pushes it farther than you need it to be.
Because when it's, I have it after all my pedals, so it's where it's supposed to be. But if it's, and I stick everything, or I run everything in the front with no effects loop right now. But so in that case, the delay comes before the distortion on the amp, and it just gets crazy, and that's really
becomes a little much.
Yeah, and then I have to, I could do it, but then I have to jump down and kind of start tweaking my delay.
Yeah, and you want to, at least for what you're doing, you want to keep your setup as non-obtrusive, not having to jump down on it as much as possible.
Exactly. I mean, I kind of have an issue that I'm trying to get better on with not tap dancing or paying attention to my pedals too much, or just kind of shut up and play and pay attention to what's going on around you.
Yeah, I need to jump into that sort of mindset a little more. Now, you had been checking out these Supros, at other stores in a Pitbull. Would you consider one as an option?
Oh, absolutely. I've been fiending one for months.
Nice.
What I like about them, so my Mesa is fantastic on a clean channel, very, very clean, very pristine, which a lot of times is exactly what you need, and it's great to run pedals into it. But sometimes I like to have that kind of a little bit of breakup when it's kind of half clean, but you dig in a little bit and you get more.
Yeah, that sweet spot.
More spot. And Fenders are like that sometimes, but Fenders can be a little too dirty right off the bat.
I could hear that. Yeah, it's a really fine line, and it is model to model. And like I love a Vox that's just being pushed over, but that voice, that smokiness doesn't fit into every situation.
Exactly, and that's my problem with Voxes as well. The voicing of them just does not always work. And my favorite thing about the Supros is I like the way they're voiced. To me, it seems like they're kind of in between, where you have the nice, clean, shimmery, with a little bite to it.
Yeah. It's. I mean, I really don't know what makes this this circuit design, this preamp design, so unique, but it is something that's been copied and readjusted by other makers. But it's something so classic and so beloved. It's cool to see these back. And it's
pretty much designed to the way they were back in whatever, 30s, 40s?
As far as I know, the famous ones, were probably from about the mid-'60s, I'd say. Like the more famous ones were from the early 60s until they closed in 68, so a little less than 10 years. But those are the highly collectible ones. And I mean, you still see, of course, the ones from the 40s and 50s are collectible, and you see them around every now and then. But this is part of the 1964 Reissue Series, and I'm sure that maybe they will reissue some of the ones from the 50s and 40s. That'd be really cool to see out there. But a lot of those brands are doing that. I mean, Magnatone is back as well, and they're monstrous. They're pretty awesome as well. But these Supros have been very popular with our customers over at Pitbull Audio, as have the pedals. What's kind of cool is of the two we don't have here, there's the tremolo, and then the other one is like it's the blue one. It's a Supro sort of drive preamp pedal, and it really is a Supro preamp in a box.
Nice.
So you can
Supro, you could push all the way.
Yeah. So I mean, you can almost use it into another Supro, like a dual channel. Like you have it without the pedal as it's as you're clean, and then get the Supro preamp, and you have your dirty maxed out channel right there, but you can control the output volume to make it level. I mean, I really want to open this thing up and see how it sounds
I know,
in
I was
here,
just gonna
but
say.
we're not able to.
Yeah.
Unless maybe should we try moving the mic back and seeing how that comes out? It's up to you.
What do you think, sound man?
Florentino on the boards.
I can turn down the gain.
All right.
But I did have a request from two. She wants Stairway to Heaven.
Stairway to Heaven.
Either that
Shout out to Tuho.
or Freebird, one of the two.
I don't have a slide. I can't do
Might get us
Freebird.
pulled off the internet.
Yeah, exactly. What's up?
How high is this up right now?
Let's see. It is
almost
about
all the way up.
3/4. Yeah, let's boost it up a little more.
Let's hear some reverb.
Nice. I'm digging that. I want to see what this is like with a little bit of
little tremor. the Jimmy Paginess.
Right, yeah. Which I was actually able. This is how cool the stuff we get at Pitbull Audio is that I was able to kind of recreate the Led Zeppelin 1 setup when we had a JMI. We had a Rosewood fretboard Telecaster, a JMI Tone Bender MK 2 or 3 around, and the Black Magic, and it was just Led Zeppelin 1 all day long. I have a video of that somewhere on my Instagram of me messing around with that. Or it wasn't quite exactly. It was a Tone Bender MK1, not MK3, which would be correct, but still, it was a really neat setup to try out. There we go. I actually don't know anything from Led Zeppelin 1. Yeah, see? This is why I shouldn't play classics. See that? Wait, did you grow up playing, like, learning all the classics just as you went along?
Yeah, pretty much.
See, I just got so freaking annoyed when you gotta learn this song, you gotta learn that song, you wanna be a guitarist, you gotta learn this Metallica solo. My response every time was just, yeah, pretty much. Just, who's this random old metalhead? Just fuck off. I don't want to learn all these songs to impress you. But here I am.
I was actually
30.
into it. I don't know.
Well, see, I mean, it's a good thing to know. I almost wish now I had, but it was just one of those things for me, I hate being told what to do in general. Yeah, I know who likes being told what to do, but it was one of those things. It was, oh, you playing guitar now, kid? You should learn that. No, just shut the fuck up. But here I am trying to remember old Led Zeppelin riffs that turns out I probably never knew at all. Aside from little cuts and pieces, but
I mean, I have a lot of stuff with me it's just cuts and pieces where I won't sit there and just learn the whole solo passage.
Yeah, that's some obsessive shit right there. But yeah, stop that humming. That was getting a little loud. But yeah, there's so many classic recordings that were done with Supro, both guitars and amps, but especially the amps. But they're here, they're back, and they're pretty damn affordable. Be it the guitars, the effects, the amps. Come on into Pitbull Audio, check them out, try them out for yourself, and see what you think. They are pretty impressive.
What is the price point on all these guys?
Let's see. The Coronado II in my hands is $9.99. The Westbury, I want to say, is $8.99. Mm-hmm. And I actually don't know about the effects off the top of my head. The amps range from about $9.99 up to $1,500 or $1,600, depending on which configuration. Mm-hmm. Which is another thing that I've been loving about them, is that you have 1x10 setups, 1x12. Do you have twins? I think you have a couple twins. You got
they're all kind of in the same range, right?
Yeah, but you got a variety out there, and I love seeing good 115 combos like the Thunderbolt. So
yeah,
plenty of cool stuff out there.
And this is the 15 watt.
I do not recall off the top of my head. Actually, the Tremo-Verb. I want to say it might be 25.
25.
It might be. Yeah. I think for a gear show, I'd come in a little bit more prepared. I think
you got so much gear to keep in your head, though.
Yeah, it's just a constant rotation. All kinds of cool stuff around, though. But I mean, they do got 15 watters. They got 25 and 50s. They might even have a 100 watter, but I think they might top out at 50. But even the 15 and 25 watters that I played, they'll fill up a room just fine.
Yeah.
Even if you're not mic'd, you're going to be just fine hearing these out. But yeah, there's one for any configuration that you're looking for. Just no heads that I've seen yet. But
They're all combos?
Yeah, they're all combos. But who knows what's in store in the future.
Anyway.
Yeah, who wants to lug around 2 pieces now? Come on, be a man. Lug around your amp and cabinet in one case.
I like this cool blue tweed too. Is that a throwback to something older, or is this a new design?
Yeah, the blue rhino hide here, or blue rhino Tolex hide, whatever you want to call it, is actually a throwback to the originals.
Oh, very cool.
At least, and it's been on, I think, almost all the ones I've seen except for the Black Magic. But yeah, it's all a throwback to the mid '60s ones that became oh so famous. But yeah, you got clarity, you got power, you got plenty of bite. The Supro amps are just awesome. Great amplifiers, and these guitar reissues have been pretty awesome. I'm really loving the Coronado II here, as I've mentioned, I think 1,000 times already. I just wish they would do a version of this with the gold foils, and I would be perfectly happy.
Can you swap them out? Are they similar size?
Looks to be, yeah. I don't see why not. I guess I could swap them, but Supro might be able to make some extra money, just selling the gold foil pickups on their own.
Right on.
But also, I still love the cool aluminum bridge piece on that one over there. Thought that was pretty neat.
Yeah. What's the little black thing on your?
Right here?
Yeah, is that to pop it up to change?
I
the
believe
strings?
so. Yeah.
It's a screw, probably, right?
Yeah. Okay. This one does. And actually, I haven't gotten with our tech to open this up and see how it works. Sean, our tech at Pitbull Audio, but to make that a project this week and see what happens. But this has been another episode of Sharpen the Axe. Thank you guys for joining us through all the issues we've had here on our Supro episode here.
We'll see you next time. Sharpen the Axe on EnterTalk Radio. Keep jamming, keep rocking out, keep checking out all the delicious gear out there. We'll be back to bring you more next week.
See you next time, guys.
You know what's all around you every waking moment of your life? Marketing. You're choking on it. I'm Scott Robertson, and when it comes to strategic PR, branding, and marketing, I've seen it all. And actually, I'm still seeing it because bad marketing never sleeps. Join me each week on May the Best Brand Win, right here on EnterTalk Radio, and learn how to make the marketing for your brand unforgettable.
Hi, this is Tim Dolbear from Eclectica Studios. I'm a full-time mixing and recording engineer. I work with Grammy winners, labels, and indie artists, using state-of-the-art digital mixing and restoration tools and the very best in analog gear. Really, though, it's my ability to bring tracks to life and fulfill your vision for your music. This has made me sought after by producers and artists